It's going to be much tighter on the tension, on the zesty, crispy profile of acidity.
Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel! Celebrations call for an expensive bottle of champagne. A luxurious champagne is one that goes through the correct procedure and is different from sparkling wine. You will be amazed to look at the process of making the world's most expensive champagne. Number 5. Originates from France.
Crown jewel.
So typically, here in Ailly, we are going to be in the kind of kingdom of Pinot Noir.
The name Champagne comes from the Champagne area in France, where it is produced, fermented, and bottled. Legally, only brands bottled within 100 miles of this region are permitted to keep the term Champagne. French sparkling wine is classified as crémant outside the Champagne area. Champagne has been creating sparkling wine since the 1700s, and vines now cover 84,000 acres in its 5 primary growing areas. Number 4. Uses specific grapes.
So I produce the 3 different grape varieties, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier and Chardonnay. My vineyards grow on the shore.
Champagne gets its name not just from its location, but also from the grapes used to make it. The vital grapes which go into the production of expensive champagne have a unique taste that comes from grapes cultivated in Champagne's colder temperature and mineral-rich soils. Only specific grapes are permitted to be used in the base of champagne. The base is referred to as a cuvée of champagne and is a blend of the first and most concentrated extractions of juices and pressed grapes. The only grapes which make champagne real and are permissible in champagne production are Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, Chardonnay, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Gris Petit Meslier, and Arban. Although the proportions differ, 2/3 red and 1/3 Chardonnay is used in roughly 90% of blended champagnes. The most expensive champagnes combine all of these treasured ingredients in a balanced manner. Number 3. Process, méthode traditionnelle.
Method champenois or method traditionnelle has been adopted all over the world by many producers and regions as their preferred way of making bubbly.
Champagne is created using the méthode traditionnelle, formerly known as the méthode champenoise, which is also known as the classic method. Champagne receives its sparkle from a second fermentation that occurs in the bottle, although the entire process is extremely complex and labor-intensive. Grapes are harvested and fermented into still wine, after which yeast and sugars are infused into the cuvée to commence the second fermentation as it's bottled. Throughout time, the trapped CO2 gas carbonates the liquid, forming the signature bubbles, while yeast cells begin to die. The wine is then matured in bottles for at least 15 months, on the lees, with the dead yeast cells, to add texture and depth. During this period, clarity takes place by a process called riddling, which involves slowly rotating the bottle to collect the dead yeast cells before the yeast is removed by disgorgement, topped up with sugar and wine known as the dosage, and finally sealed. As previously said, it is a lengthy and complicated procedure. Champagne production was carefully regulated under the appellation d'origine contrôlée, AOC. Champagne is distinguished by its strict controls, which govern everything from how grapes are grown to how they are picked and handled. For example, all grapes used in champagne must be hand-picked and processed in a controlled setting. They can only be squeezed twice, just for the highly concentrated cuvée, rich in sugar and acid, and the tallée, sugary, lower in acid, and higher in minerals and pigment. When wines are created using grapes from one year's harvest or a blend of grapes from different years, they are classed as vintage or non-vintage. Number 2. All champagne is sparkling wine, but not all sparkling wine is champagne.
C'est d'abord sa situation géographique et les conditions climatiques. Et ensuite, évidemment, c'est un processus d'élaboration.
As the famous saying indicates, all sparkling wines are not champagne. There is a lot of difference in the process of an expensive champagne compared with that of sparkling wine. While real champagne can only be created in France's Champagne area from 7 different grapes and using the méthode traditionnelle, sparkling wines are not subject to the same limitations. Sparkling wine can be created from the same grapes as champagne or from a completely different combination, and it can be prepared using the classic method, the tank method, a less expensive technique in which the second fermentation occurs in the tank, or the ancestral method, known as the pétillant naturel, a method that uses icy temperatures to pause fermentation and then wines are bottled to finish the fermentation later. While most champagnes are brut or dry, both champagne and sparkling wine are created in a variety of styles, ranging from brut zero, bone dry with no additional dosage, to doux, the sweetest style of bubbly. Number 1. Pricing.
Yet, if you want to impress your friends with the completeness of your wine knowledge, I ought to give you the possibility to do that.
The most expensive champagnes can cost hundreds of dollars, but sparkling wine is frequently far less expensive. It all boils down to the quality of the grapes, as well as the procedures utilized to make the sparkling wine. While most sparkling wines use the labor-intensive méthode traditionnelle, some use tank wine to minimize expenses, speed up product delivery, and boost production numbers. Take, for example, Prosecco. The Charmat tank technique is used to make Prosecco. Essentially, the wine is created in pressure stainless steel tanks. Sugars are transformed to carbon dioxide and alcohol. Yeasts are filtered away, and the wine is bottled. Not only is this a less expensive method of producing the sparkles, but it also is considerably less time demanding. The production period, however, has an effect on the end product. The world's most expensive champagne does not compromise on quality and attention. It uses the best quality of grapes and follows procedures diligently. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.